Hey, you ready?
You're not gonna be able to start it now.
It already started.
Oh. Because you keep waving your damn hands around!
You ready?
Ready, Freddy.
Are you ready? Anywho's. So, hi. How you doing? How's it going? This is What's in the Box. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box?
What's in the fucking box?
I don't know. Okay, well, that was fun. The world we never knew. Anyway, so, how you doing? How's it going? Ew. I had lettuce in my...
Yeah, you're making a lot of gross mouth noises over there.
Sorry.
You're bothering me. Just hold your breath the rest of the episode.
So today, we're gonna talk about... Anyway.
I am Cheryl, and that is Zach.
And this is What's in the Box!
And this is What's in the Box.
And this would be...
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? Anyway, so do you want to update on how you're doing, on what's going on, what we're doing, what's going on with us? Yeah, you were.
Anyhow.
Anywho.
I'm okay, I guess. I don't know.
You're okay?
I'm okay.
You still struggling?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just here.
I'm here.
Afloat.
I'm afloat.
I'm just
whatever floats your goat.
with it.
You're that picture of the goat on the inner tube. Whatever happens.
I'm just high, man.
So what was your rant? We'll start with that.
No.
Yeah, do it. It's funny. It's funny. It's a thingy. Because mine is like, you're going to actually have to think about what I was going to talk about.
I was just playing around because... What did you say? You said something and it got me going.
Oh, it was the Capital One thing. I said go paperless. And I was like,
get the app. Get the app. Get the app for the gas station. Get the app for the other 40 gas stations. Get the app for McDonald's.
Get all the apps.
Why don't you get the Walgreens app while you're at it? Get the app. The app. Do you have the app?
So, I will say my little side rant to that, though,
gross.
Is that I find it really funny that COVID changed all of our perspectives on things. Like, as far as, like, being interactive with people or, like, having to go to a certain place to get something or something like that. Like, it all changed. Like, now we're like, dude, I can order that online. I have no reason to ever leave my house ever again. Or, like, they have self-checkout everywhere, so why do I ever need to go to the counter?
Yeah.
Like, even self-checkouts now have the you know how they check ID or whatever? There are some that even have the thingy you can just scan your ID and you don't gotta call a person.
I don't know. I haven't done that. I don't buy anything that I need my ID for.
Oh, they're not everywhere. I'm just saying I've seen them places.
Yeah, I'm just saying I haven't even noticed because I don't need that, so. Anywho-ha.
Yeah, so you can have 40 different apps to live your life.
And then your phone will be full and you won't be able to take any pictures because it's like, there's no more room. And I'm like, yeah, because I have 500 fucking apps.
And nobody will ever know what you're doing in life because you can't take pictures or videos.
It's not about people knowing. It's about me having them for later so I can be like, look how embarrassing this was. Look at you in a bathtub.
Look how cute my kid was at one point.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about something the other day.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk to you about it.
Watch out, Zach was thinking.
Yeah, normally it doesn't end well. Anyway, but I thought it'd be fun to talk to you about it. So there are things, and I've talked with you kind of about this previously, but there are things that like, what? There are things that like we remember because like we were there. That like the whole Mandela effect, pretty much.
Oh boy.
But it's different. But my thing is, I don't think it's that necessarily. I think it's that people are redoing it because it's based off of memory and not physical things. You know what I mean? Like, I can say, well, this is a bad example, but I can say, like, Roger Rabbit or whatever had a purple toe or whatever. And if the only people that can verify that that wasn't the case are people just hearsay and just saying, no, I don't remember that being in there. Again, bad example because we actually have the video to watch it. But then it's just fact. It is what it is. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are doing that with things, that are slowly going into things and changing.
I don't
what
know.
they are.
Okay, I don't think so. And the
I think
reason
so.
I don't think so is because,
I think
unlike you, I actually believe in the Mandela effect, and I follow some forums.
Some forums, some other
Sure
crazy
do.
people like me.
I sure do. And there's a lot of people who go on there and be like, "Hey, am I remembering this correctly, or is this wrong?" And in the forums, we do like
Investigations?
people are like, no, you can't investigate it because that's the whole point of the Mandela effect, that there's no evidence of it being like that. Because times change. It's the butterfly effect. That's what it is essentially. It's that story, the butterfly effect. Not the movie. It's not, it's the book, the butterfly effect. And so essentially you're not going to find evidence of it. It's just whether enough people remember it being that way for them to be like, hey, I think this is a thing. But we do shut people down when it's like, no, that was never like that. Like it is not shut them down, but like be like if most of us are like, no, I don't think so, I don't remember it being like that, and only one person is like, no, this for sure was like this, and we're like, no.
But that's like a specific forum. What I'm talking about is, I guess, not necessarily that, but like stories told over time instead of like the fact that they're fact. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody says, I don't know, for lack of an example, but somebody was like, slavery wasn't even that bad. And then people who were there and understood and fought and all of that knew that it existed and were able to be like, no, that's not how it was. This is how it was. But over time, those people, because they get older, are in the back, and all the people that are putting another narrative or like, well, this wasn't actually a thing, are more at the forefront.
I'm not really following you on this. Because I might be taking it too literal, but
the difference between
history is there for a reason. Like,
the difference
reason we study history is there for a reason.
The difference between TikTok fact and historical fact is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I feel like there's more TikTok fact of like just the same people cycling the same things, getting a group together that all believe the same things, and it becomes popular and it becomes a thing.
Okay, but that's...
Instead of like people...
The universe has been like that before even the internet.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's getting more of that instead of people researching it for themselves.
Well, people are just finding each other faster. It's not about more. There's always been flat earthers before the internet. There's always been KKK before the internet. There's always been white supremacists before the internet.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like snapshot facts are more of a thing than people trying to find out what fact is.
Okay.
So whereas we have the ability to fact check anything on the planet, I feel like people aren't doing that. They're finding what they think or what connects with them.
Well, because that's too much work. TikTok already has a bunch of videos already.
Instead of doing their
that you
own,
can just flip through.
Instead of doing their own research to find out if that's actually true, they just find all these other people that listen to the same bullshit conspiracy theory cycle 5 minutes that confused the shit out of them and made them think something. They just find all these people that agree with them And that is fact. There's no like research. There's no other sides of the story. There's no like, well, actually context or anything. There's just, I feel like that faction of people's mindset of I'm finding just people that agree with me is expanded to just groups, or is expanded further than just groups. I feel like it's a society thing now that we're gravitating more towards everybody needs to agree with how I feel, and this is how the world and universe has always been, rather than accepting parts that actually happen.
Hmm. And why does this affect you?
Well, it doesn't, I mean, I guess it doesn't affect me personally, but it affects how things happen in the world, how things happen here.
Hmm.
If you have everybody that is willing to disregard parts of history or things that actually happen to prove their own narrative or point, that's a problem.
Well, it's not really though, because that's how it's supposed to go. History is supposed to repeat itself. And how is it going to repeat itself if everyone knows how the end game happens?
I think there's difference between there's a difference between it repeating itself and making, I don't know how to word what I was just thinking when you said that.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. There's a difference between like, I don't know. I feel like most of it is in the name of getting better and growing as a society and whatever, but I don't think we are. I don't think we are growing as a society. I think we're becoming more. I've said this before. I think COVID really killed it. I think there was a time where we all accepted different things. We all accepted like different personalities, whether we like them or not, or different kinds of people or historical events that maybe we didn't disagree or maybe we didn't agree with, but we still accepted them that it happened. And I think during COVID, we all got trapped and we all got stuck in social media. There was no escape from it because we couldn't go anywhere. There was no going, and this is a bad example, but there was no going down to a grocery store with the old guy that, you know, has an opinion on whatever and getting a different perspective. You know what I mean? There was none of that. It was, we were stuck in a house. We were all able to stay on social media. We were all angry. So there was tons of conspiracy theories that we were all diving into and had the time to do that. And then we all found people that agree with us. We had no challenging on our thoughts either. We had no challenging on our beliefs either, because we were all sitting at home being like, oh, they don't agree with me. Well, fuck them. They will. And we had the ability to do that. And now that we're out of that, I feel like we're still doing that, but we're doing it on a society scale and not just all of us at home. And I think that's detrimental. I think the progression of people, I think, always should come from feeding off different perspectives and different thought processes.
Well, maybe you're just on the wrong algorithm for yourself, because I don't feel that way.
The life algorithm.
Maybe your algorithm on your social medias is just focused on one thing, because
No, I don't.
I feel like there's plenty of different perspectives that I see all the time. I feel like my perspective is challenged all the time.
Yes, but I feel like personally there is the ability to be challenged on social media. Yes, I just feel like society wise we're not letting that part in as much as we should or were before. You have the ability to see a difference of opinion anytime you go on social media. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're blocking that part out. I'm saying I feel like we as a society block that out because we got so used to just being like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And we weren't forced, I guess is a bad word, but we weren't forced to confront those ideas or thoughts. We were just able to move on to the next person that agreed with us.
I guess I just don't see what you see because I don't see how it's any different than any other part in time or in history. Since when has anyone taken accountability of being confronted by anything good? Like, think about your grandparents or your great grandparents. Like, how do they take, like, today's opinions? How do they take um, government situations or political situations or political stances? How do they see sexuality or races? It hasn't been any different now than it's ever been. I think, if anything, everyone's more confronted now because at least in this, I don't mean this is going to sound like I mean it, now everyone's being confronted by everything because of the internet, because of TV, because of everything else. Whether you want to believe it or not, you're confronted more so now than you were before, because before the only source of entertainment we had on TV or radio was the same as what your grandparents believed. They only had, white people on TV. They only had one sexuality on TV. They only had, one government idealism. Whatever channel they wanted to watch, whether it was CNN or Fox, it was focused on what they wanted to hear. Whether it was NPR or whatever, it was focused on what they wanted to listen to. Whereas now, you could go to any channel on TV or any app on your TV app,
Mm-hmm.
and you're confronted by all these things.
Sorry.
You're confronted by different political views. You're confronted by different sexualities. You're confronted by different races. I think we're more so confronted about different ideals and the way society is now than we've ever been before. And just because people are like, I think it might seem like more people are like, no, I don't want to be a part of that, or I don't want to hear that, because they are more so confronted than before.
So you're saying before it was just blissful ignorance of
Yeah. But if
knowing
you think
knowing
about
it
it
exists, but not.
but if you think
having to-
about it, if they were confronted with it, how did they react? If they knew that a gay couple moved into their neighborhood, how did they act? If they knew that a black family moved into their neighborhood, how did they act? It's nothing like we act now. I mean, there are still people who act that way now, but as a society as a whole, it wasn't the whole neighborhood rallying against a gay couple.
Yeah.
It wasn't the whole neighborhood or the whole town rallying against the black family that moved in. Whereas now, people have to shut the fuck up and sit down because there's other people who don't believe what they believe, and we tell them. I'm just saying, I think I see what you see, but I don't think you see the bigger picture.
I'm not saying we haven't gotten better. I'm not saying that we're getting worse.
Well, I'm not saying that we've gotten better either. I'm not saying that we've gotten worse either. I'm just saying I don't think history has changed as much as you think it has. I think just the way we deal with it, or the way that things are brought to our attention or are pushed in our faces, has changed. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't think having a gay couple on TV is a bad push to our senses. I just think it's different. It is different, but I don't think it's different in the sense that you're saying. I don't think people are able to shut it down the way they used to be able to. I think it has changed that way.
I wouldn't say. I don't know how to word that. I just think that I understand that this has always happened. That people have always no, I understand that people have always come together in same ideology and same thought process and try to find people that agree with them. That's how humans work.
Yeah, because we want people around us that agree with our thought process.
But I guess my point is, I feel like it's becoming more smaller nitpicky than bigger issues. Not I don't know, like not like Republican, Democrat, or like against gay people or for. I think I feel like it's becoming more nitpicky. Of like if you like, I and I could be wrong. I'm just saying this is how it feels to me. I feel like before at one point, like I have friends like this. I feel like before you could have a friend that you agree with on 3 out of 5 things.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still like, you would be like, all right, we can still talk. We can still have conversations. We can still hang out, whatever. And it wasn't a thing. And I feel like now you have to have 4 or 5 out of 5 for somebody to agree with you or have a conversation.
It just depends on the personality of the person that you're with. Because I have friends that we don't agree on half of anything, but we're still friends.
On anything.
Because we understand and respect that out of each other. But I also have had friends in the past that don't respect that or don't respect that I have an opposite opinion, and they choose to be like, well, I don't want to be friends with you then. Okay. All right. Well, if that's your choice, because I can respect you and your choices, but if you can't respect me and mine, then bye.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe you just have the wrong people surrounding you.
Well, no. Well, I wasn't. Well, I'm not even. Honestly, I'm not even. I don't have enough friends for that.
You're the one who kicks people out.
I'm the one that you either have 3, you have 5 out of the 5, or I don't talk to you.
Oh my god.
No, but I was gonna say maybe you're right. Maybe it's just a broader scale. Maybe I'm looking at it as individual issues. Maybe it's not, instead of Republican, Democrat, or things like that, there's more issues to talk about, more issues to have an opinion on.
There's more forums and
So
discussion sheets to have these things on.
seems nitpicky when really it's just
when it's not much difference. Because how is telling a girl that she can't show her ankles not nitpicky?
I think it's nitpicky.
Okay. And that was happening before too.
Yeah. But also, like I was just saying, to prove your point, like I was saying, that was a overall thought process. That was an overall, like, it wasn't just this state or this country that thought that. Like, that was an overall, like, thing that women shouldn't show their ankles.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
To some degree.
Yeah. But I'm just saying it wasn't. I'm sure there was plenty of people who didn't believe that and they just went along with it because they didn't want to fight. I'm sure I know there was people who went against it and did it anyways. I'm sure there's people who didn't care one way or another. I'm sure there's people who were like, I don't really care to see women's ankles, but I don't think they should have to be told what to do.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's why I was agreeing with your point. That's what I was saying. I feel like the difference isn't necessarily being nitpicky. It's that there's a wider ability to talk about multiple things.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, back in the day, if you try to talk about things that were already law or general consensus, you would get killed, thrown in jail, or exiled from wherever. Whereas now that's not a thing. People don't get killed for being like, I support gay people. Like, so anyway, that was my thingy. That was what I was thinking about. I just
Well, yeah.
Well, I
killed it.
Well, I have I don't know. I'm not. I wouldn't say that I live in a world of like I think everybody should get along and there should be world peace. We should all walk hand in hand into the sunset. But I just feel like there are things that I've heard from certain people that have an opinion on things that I'm like, you don't even believe what you're fighting for. I know you don't, because in a normal conversation, you would say the complete opposite. But because this thing in this video has been on repeat on TikTok or Facebook or whatever, and this 2 seconds out of this 5-minute video agreed with something you said, now all of a sudden you feel this way. And I've always felt this way, and I've always believed this, and blah, 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 and whatever, and things like that. It just bothers me because I'm like, why can, like, me and you have had conversations before. Obviously, we don't agree on everything. You've had conversations before of, like, I believe this part of this, but I don't really believe in the rest of it. This part kind of makes sense to me, but not this. And I just don't, I would like there to be more conversations that are not like you have to believe all of this
This is
thing.
the way, no matter what.
Yeah, like you can be you can believe in, like, politically, you can believe in parts of both sides or the middle. You can have all of the opinions of all of them and acknowledge that, like, well, I don't really like this about this side, I don't really like this about this side, but, like, I do kind of believe this or whatever, and have that conversation instead of being like, well, which one are you? Well, which one are you?
Yeah,
well, what do
I
you
hate
believe?
that. I don't need to tell you what I am.
I just think we need, I don't know, I've said this since we started doing this. It's why I like doing this. I feel like more people just need to have, my personal opinion, I think more people just need to have conversations and be open to having conversations, and not, well, I can put this label on you so we can talk about this. You know what I mean? Like, there are some people, and I've seen it,
in the middle of winter.
Hey, it's a bombing 23 degrees out. It's Capri weather in Wisconsin. It's damn near shorts weather.
I know. Guys should be wearing them shorts, okay?
Anyway, but like I've seen stuff like that happen where, like, I have friends.
I thought you said you didn't have friends.
I have people that I know that are able to have conversations with me and able to have intelligent conversations and think outside the box and see other people's points of view or whatever. But then, like, when they hang out with, like, a gay person, immediately their brain is just like, we can only talk about this.
Yeah.
Like, we can only talk about, like, gay things.
Your sexuality.
Yeah. And I think that's dumb. And like I said, I think more people would have better conversations if they were open to just talking to people and not, like, seeing something or being like, oh, you're this, so I can talk to you about this. One of the best things about you is I can talk to you about anything. It's just nice.
You know what I want to say?
What do you want to say?
I want to say that if
Fuck all you.
listen. That if all cult leaders think that they should fuck your wives, then don't you think that maybe God actually is telling them that? Why would they all have the same idea? How is it that all of them, every single one of them, have the same general consensus of God told me I am to have any wife I want, and multiples of them?
I just think that's a lot of work.
Maybe it's real.
It's real.
Maybe God is actually telling him that.
If Christianity is the only way, then why is the same story in every religion? Just saying.
Just saying.
Anywho's.
Maybe it's the devil telling them that they're supposed to have multiple wives. And they just think it's God. They're like, Almighty. He's like, fuck everyone. They're like, okay.
Deal. Yeah, you heard him.
I'm not going to argue.
What was, there was somebody that was talking about, what's the dude? The Kool-Aid.
The dude.
Kool-Aid. The guy who had him drink the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who
Jim
you're talking about.
Jones.
Yes.
They were talking about Jim Jones, and they were talking about how people underestimate how powerful cult leaders are or whatever.
They didn't drink the
about how-
Kool-Aid because Jim Jones was told by God to.
I know.
Oh, okay.
And they were talking about how people are more easily manipulated than they think they are. That we as a people think that, like, no, if that ever happened, that wouldn't happen. I wouldn't let that happen, blah, blah, whatever. And they were talking about how everybody says that, but you don't know it's happening until it's too late. He's like, until you're drinking the fucking Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Like,
let's say you go to church and you eat the fucking bread and drink the wine.
He's like, they were like, most of the people that were there just needed somebody to love them. That was his whole thing. That was why he got all the people there. That's why they stayed there. That's why they followed him to the end, is because they just needed somebody to love them, and he did. That's what he did. He set up a whole community that was just based on everybody looking out for them and whatever. And he was like, and it's little things like that we as a people can sit back objectively and be like, no, I would never do that. But if you're in that headspace and that's all you need, and you come to a whole community, kind of like small town ideology, is if you come to a community that's there for you and helps you out and gives you whatever emotional support that you're lacking or need, you're not even going to know.
Also, people love revolution and rebellion, and that was what drinking the Kool-Aid was about.
Yeah.
It was about rebelling against the people that were putting them down. And it was, well, if the world doesn't want us, then the world can't have us at all.
I don't think it's as hard as people think it is. I don't think people are as strong-willed as they think they are when it comes to things like cult leaders. Personally, I think that we get roped into small things that cult leaders do all the time.
I was about to say, we constantly get peer pressured or roped into things that we didn't think that we would do,
and we don't even realize we're doing it. Nope. I think that's the thing, is that, like, there are many times on a daily, almost weekly basis that people do things that they don't want to do.
How many of you out there smoke cigarettes? Seems pretty culty to me.
And know they're bad, and know they're killing you, and know that you
have
should
known
stop.
Since the time you touched them that they were not good for you. Yep. How many of you know that alcohol is literal poison in our bodies, but yet you still
I was gonna say
that.
I was gonna say how many of you know that vaping is a bad thing, yet you still do it because it's a thing. Because you're
better than cigarettes.
Because you're told that it's a better option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Seems pretty culty to me.
Seems pretty culty. Anyway.
Okay.
Sorry. What?
What do you mean, what? It was loud.
Is it this?
Yes.
This loud?
I'm gonna bash your brains in.
Hey, not on camera.
I'm gonna Charles Manson you. Get some hot girls come do it for me.
Okay. Well, I guess if you have to. So, is there anything, like, I don't know, anything that you've been thinking? You always say that you have ideas and stuff,
I
but
do.
then you never
and then when it gets
have
to it, I
say.
choke.
Choke. Let me clear my throat. Anyway, no?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
What's your new life hobby?
Crocheting.
Yeah.
I crochet.
How far have you gotten?
I'm halfway through a blanket.
Halfway through a blanket.
And a quarter way through a different blanket.
What, you're doing 2 blankets?
Yeah, I have a gray and black one and a blue and white one.
Oh, I thought you were just going to connect this.
No, they're going to be weird if I connect them together.
But
I got to start our boss a blanket.
Our boss? Why?
Because I told her I'd make her a blanket and I haven't even started it yet.
Are you going to try to put her name in it?
No.
I think you should. I think it'd be cool.
I was going to try to put...
It'd be very grandma.
I don't want to say it because I don't want her to end up listening to this. And then, no, it was going to be a surprise.
Okay.
I was going to put something else in it.
I think it'd be funny if you put her name in it, like a grandma.
I was going to try something, but we'll see. I may not be able to do it.
Okay.
Because I'm still new at this. But I made daisies.
Still a beginner. Yeah, you
I
did.
made daisies and buttholes.
Buttholes.
It looks like daisy buttholes.
We took a weekend. We did that.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Weekend. Zach doesn't have to go to work right now.
Yeah. We decided that we needed time.
We're tired of not seeing each other. We're over this shit.
Because we never see each other for the most part. I shouldn't say that. I feel like
never ever.
We just don't have like real time together. Like I said, I was telling our boss.
Yeah.
We have time together. Like obviously we ride back and forth to work because we only have the one vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And like we talk during that time, and we have one day a week where we can like do things or like spend time with each other or whatever, but we don't really. I was telling her, I was like, the shitty part is like we have time going back and forth to work, but we only have 30 minutes. So it's like we can either complain about things that have happened at work or like vent or like get that stuff out.
Or at home.
Or at home. Or like let each other know like, hey, this happened or like this is going on or whatever. Or we can like talk for that 30 minutes or whatever about something completely different, but then we only have that 30 minutes and then it's over. And so like most of the time we like don't really talk about anything negative because it's like I don't want to waste.
Yeah, I don't want to send you to work with a bunch of negative bullshit.
Yeah, or like the way home, the same thing. Yeah, right
before I go to sleep.
And so like we kind of we do talk about things and we do vent about things, but like for the most part, there's a lot of things that are missed, and there are a lot of things that are like held to talk about on the weekend, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
That we only have like one day, so like I can spend part of that day sleeping.
Well, and sometimes that gets confusing too, because you'll be like, oh, I talked to so-and-so about this, and this is what they talked about. And I was like, what? Well, I just talked to so-and-so about this, and this is what we talked about. And you're like, oh, no, I talked to them on like Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that explains that.
Yeah. Or like things with the girls that are like, that we think we told each other.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, why didn't you tell me about this? And it's like, oh, I thought I did like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like things like that. So yeah. And on top of like.
Or like Emma got in a fight with her boyfriend. I know you already told me. No, she got in another fight with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh. How many fights has that been? 3. 3? Yeah. No, just kidding.
But anyway. But on top of like, I actually like my wife.
Yeah.
Unlike some marriages. So like, I actually like to spend time with her.
Me.
So like, on top of all of that, like communication and stuff, like also not being able to spend time with her or whatever.
He's talking about me.
Kind of sucks too, because she's kind of cool.
Me.
She's
My
cute.
name is Pudgy. My mama calls me Pudgy. My daddy calls me Pudgy. And even my dog Rover calls me Pudgy.
Slow down, Daddy. Sorry.
One day I was driving in the car with Mama and I stuck my face out the window and I said, faster, Mama, faster. She went faster. So I said, faster, Mama, faster. She went faster. And then I said, stop, Mama, stop.
You need to know the rest of it.
That is the rest of it.
I know, I'm saying they needed to know the rest of it.
Okay.
Because it makes it funny.
There you
go. But like, okay, so like, yeah, I actually like spending time with her because she's cool. So,
did you hear that?
We talked cool. About. I was gonna take some time.
All of this is cool.
I was gonna take some time off anyway because I just needed a break. I needed to not be at work.
You needed to breathe.
Yeah.
I also needed some time off because I was by myself for the last 2 weeks.
And so I told her, I was like, I'm gonna take this time off. So do you want me to?
Sounds good to me.
So do you want me to take it off this week, or do you want me to take it off like another time or whatever?
And I told him to take it off the week
immediately.
That I was no. I told you to wait until my partner got back.
Yeah.
So that way I could take it off with you.
And then so we did that. So this is our off weekend.
Which I was nervous about because my partner went to
10,000.
my partner went to my partner went out of the country, and 10,000 flights this last week got canceled because of the weather and stuff. So I was like, oh no! But she came back. She was fine.
Yeah, and Cheryl was all excited and happy about it.
I was, and I'm excited to go back to work with her again because I didn't get to ask her how her trip was.
But so yeah, we get to spend time together, which is nice.
Yes.
And we got to.
He's cool.
I'm cool.
Did you see that? Cool. I said it too.
Yeah,
he's so cool.
Because we're cool.
Oh God, we're so cool.
We got to do things together. That was nice.
Yep.
They don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, I think most of them are adults, so I think they do.
No, they don't, because I didn't say it. I didn't say.
He's talking about how he watched all of the first season of True Detective.
Yeah, I got her to watch True Detective, and she
it was good.
Loved it because it's awesome.
Got me to watch it like he's been trying.
Well, no.
This is the first time you've tried, and I immediately watched it.
You watched it on your own without me pushing or saying anything.
No, you just turned it on, and I was like, what's this? And you're like, True Detective. And I was like, ooh.
It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, but it is good. And you thought it was good, which is cool because there are things that I think are good, and then you're like, meh.
It was good.
But I don't know. The last couple good shows that I've been like, these are amazing. You've really enjoyed and really liked.
Speaking of, you still need to watch the show I just watched.
I know. You told me.
It's called Boy Swallows Universe on Netflix, and it is really, really good. It's really good. So watch it. Watch it. So we can talk about it.
We're like were you talking to me just then, or
I was
were you talking to them?
I was talking to the listeners.
You were talking to
I was talking to them listeners.
You
hear me, listeners?
YouTube.
You hear me in there? You better watch it.
It's the Truman Show.
Okay, I've calmed down. We're okay.
Yeah, the last couple shows.
Also, I'm really on an A24 kick. So if you know any good movies that I should watch, please let me know. My next one that I'm planning on watching is The Lighthouse. So
I heard it was good.
He doesn't know what I'm talking about.
No.
Because I watch these when he's at work.
Yeah.
But he's seen most of them.
Or else she gets really sad that I'm not there.
He's seen most of them.
That's her only way to stay in a good mood and not notice.
I watch crime documentaries or horror films.
To take your mind off the fact that I'm not there.
He's not here to kill me, so it's okay.
Oh, I sent it to you. The emotional support human.
Yeah.
I'm an emotional support human.
Yeah. We need those. You need that shirt.
Yeah. Because I'm your emotional support human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wyatt's probably my next. And then it probably goes Emma Alice. Because I feel like Alice depends on me too much for her to be one for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Although Emma's really good at it, though, because she catches you on things a lot.
Yeah.
She'll be like, "Mom, calm down." Not in like a negative way. Not like you're out here like screaming at me. But like, no, when she like sees you like getting anxious or whatever, she'll be like, "Mom."
Yeah, she's good at grounding.
She's been really good at that the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Or so. News.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
It was nice to talk to you.
Yeah. We got 2 more days.
2 more days.
2 more days.
Well, let's go watch some shit.
Let's go do some shit.
Let's go make some banana cream pie. Not real banana cream pie. We're literally going to go pick up bananas and cream.
Whipped cream.
And cheesecake. And let's go sit at home and eat sweets and watch shit.
Also, I would like to point out that my wife is super cool.
I'm super cool.
Yeah, super cool. So, all you people that didn't want this or didn't appreciate this, you're lost.
You're lost.
Cause
now he's got it.
cool.
And I'm so cute.
I got it.
We're ridiculous. I got this.
I got this.
No, I got this. No. You can't get this. And then one day he broke out of cage and he got it. This is my sister. She is number 2 prostitute of all the land.
Number 2.
This is my neighbor. He's fuck ass.
Anyway, so yeah. We're cool. I like spending time with you.
I have
like
noticed I've been a lot more quotey on this medication.
Quotey?
I don't know if my mind is more focused and like
Probably.
quicker.
More quick-witted. 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 I don't know.
I'm also back at it again with the lyrics.
I've said this before. That's really the main difference I've noticed is you're less introverted. You're less
Keeping it in my head.
To yourself. You're more like outgoing, whether it's like happy or not. You're just more
Willing to say things out loud.
willing to be outside of yourself. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah, I did the Monty Python at work the other day.
Which one? Oh, the clippity clop.
What kind of swallow can carry a coconut?
Must have been a big swallow.
Must have been one of those Australian swallows. Yeah, an Australian swallow.
You're an Australian swallow.
Anyhow.
I love you.
I love you.
And if people want to comment or say things or ask questions,
please talk to us.
Yeah, because then we got each other, and that's like,
we're begging you.
please. Anyway,
Should I cry like Wyatt?
You gotta look to make sure. So yeah, let us know, comment, give your opinions, or ask questions, or if there's anything you want us to talk about. You can be like, hey, talk about it. Talk about these things. Da-da,
I keep forgetting what side of the phone the camera's on.
Anyway, so that's it. So close us out.
Cut. Beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread.